Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching the Breakfast Show. And in this segment of our program, we will talk about the visit by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli to China, in which he is attending on behalf of President Abdel al-Sisi, the 24th summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation set for September 4th until 6th in the Chinese capital. And now we are joined over the phone by Mr. Abdel Latif Wahba. He is a political analyst and journalist. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Mr. Abdel Latif, let's first start by the significance of the visit by the Prime Minister to China and the importance of attending China-Africa Cooperation Forum.
As you know that Egypt and China has historic relationship on all levels, especially on political levels and economic levels at the same time. And China is one of the biggest investors in Egypt. They established since years the Suez Canal economic zones, provided with many Chinese investments in different sectors, in glasses, in petrochemicals, and spinning and weaving, and so on. This is another one. At the same time, as you know, that China contributed with the Egyptian authority in new administrative capital through establishing many different districts in the area. And as you know that China just now is trying to face or to be competitive for the other economic superpowers like United States, Europe, and so on. You noticed during the last decade, for example, there is an annual convention between the United States and African countries, and also European conventions with the African states at the same time, even with the Latin America. So there is a competition between the super mega or the super economic powers to increase their cooperation with the African countries at the same time. But since President al-Sisi came to power, he diversified Egypt's foreign relations, and during that time, Egypt is going to all the international coalitions in East Asia, and also at the same time we are not relying only on the tradition relations with the European countries or with the United States. So there is a diversification of Egypt's foreign relations. At the same time, as you know that if you see the Egyptian-Chinese relations, you will discover that this is resulted at the same at the last years, for example, or during the last years, by approving Egypt as a new member in BRICS. And this is a school, of course, will pave the way for Egypt to increase its relations not only with China but also with the other powers, economic powers, with Russia, with Brazil, and many other members of the BRICS.
So, Mr. Latif, Prime Minister Madbouli is expected to deliver an important speech on industrial transformation, agriculture sector modernization, and green development. So, what's your take on this?
You know that Egypt will present its experience and during the last years, what happened in Egypt economically, and at the same time, as you know that Egypt through these years or last years applied an economic reform program and modernized many different sectors, especially in natural resources, in electricity, and in the main infrastructures they established during the last years. It is an experience not only for the African nations, but at the same time well presented it as a way or a tool to attract more foreign direct investment from the members of the BRICS, from China, from other countries. They joined the meeting, and at the same time, not only inside Egypt but outside Egypt. As you know that Egypt also paid a great importance attention to the African nations and helping them in modernizing their infrastructures like health sectors, education, and the main infrastructures. This is, of course, to help their people or to help the African people and graduate from and entering to the labor markets at the same time. And as you know that Egypt at the same time established a fund for helping the African countries inside the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And they launched many initiatives for the African countries, especially in health, through the medical missions that visited many African countries, and also at the same time provided their health utilities with what they need, even from the human powers, and also with the sets and the devices and so on.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Abdel Latif Wahba, journalist and political analyst. Thank you, sir, for being with us. And the viewers, short break. Yes, sir, thank you. Short break, and we'll be back, so stay tuned.